Have you ever wondered if dinosaurs never actually went extinct? Not in fossils, not in dreams, but in the living, breathing, heart-thumping reality of today. Hidden deep within the world's second largest rainforest, there's a whisper. A chilling, ancient whisper. From a tribe that says they've seen something the modern world refuses to believe. They call it Mokele Mbembe. And if they're right, then history, science, and everything we know about extinction is dead wrong. Imagine this. You're a missionary trekking through the dense jungles of the Congo Basin in 1913. Thick vines slash across your path. The humidity chokes your lungs. But then, your guides stop dead in their tracks. Their eyes widen. They whisper a name with reverence and fear. Mokele Mbembe. They describe a creature bigger than a hippo, with a long neck, a whip-like tail, and the strength to flip canoes and crush elephants. They don't call it a dinosaur, but what they describe matches precisely a sauropod. How do isolated tribes draw, describe, and fear a creature that shouldn't exist? These are not vague myths. They know its habits, its diet, where it nests, what paths it takes. And when shown images of dinosaurs, they point to the sauropod. What if these aren't coincidences? The Congo Basin is a place so dense, so impenetrable, that even satellites struggle to see through its canopy. Scientists estimate that 70% of its species remain undocumented. The Bayaka and Baka tribes warn about the creature. It guards rivers, hates hippos, attacks boats. And again, they sketch the same thing. Long neck, thick body, tail dragging. In 1913, a German explorer, Captain Ludwig Freiherr von Stein, brought back a classified report. A creature with a long muscular neck, a tail like an alligator, a body the size of an elephant. Could multiple cultures, isolated and uncontacted, all hallucinate the same creature? One tribe said it overturned their canoes. Another claimed it blocked a river path. Some say it only comes out during deep floods. Others swear they've heard its cries. No one worships it. No one romanticizes it. They fear it. They avoid its territory. Even today. But if the Mokele Mbembe is real, why hasn't it been captured? Or has it? Dozens of indigenous witnesses deep in the Congo Basin have drawn a dinosaur from memory. No textbooks, no references, just from something they saw. In the late 1980s, zoologist Roy McCull traveled to the Congo, tribes across hundreds of miles, with no contact with each other, all described the same creature. He showed them pictures of local animals and dinosaurs. Each time, they pointed to the sauropod. Why would isolated villagers point to a brontosaurus if they'd never seen one? Some said it submerged itself. Others said it grazed on riverbank vegetation. It matched sauropod behavior. In 2000, explorer William Gibbons received the same descriptions. He asked villagers to mold what they saw, and they created long-necked, four-legged beasts. Filmmaker David Wurtzel in 2006 interviewed villagers who drew the creature. Their drawings matched extinct sauropods. Anatomical details were astonishingly accurate. How is this possible? Villagers describe the creature's behavior, movement, diet, and fear it with sincerity. Their consistency is unnerving. In 2016, a satellite image shows a long-necked shadow under Lake Tele. The shape appears to move, too uniform to be driftwood. Where does this all point? The Congo Basin isn't just a forest, it's a fortress. And those who enter unprepared don't always come back out. The ones who chased shadows into the thick green heart of Africa may have seen the unthinkable. In 1980, James Powell and Roy McCall launched the first scientific expedition to find the creature. They heard sounds, saw disturbed riverbanks, found deep, three-toed tracks. They couldn't capture the prints, but they documented what they could. Strange sounds, torn trees. In 1992, Herman and Kia Registers claimed to have seen a long, submerged creature. It was not a hippo, not an elephant. It was alive. But not all who came to Lake Tele returned. A rival expedition vanished. One man returned. He claimed to hear screams, not human. One teammate disappeared. In 2012, drone footage captured a ripple and a massive tail. Sonar in 2020 picked up a 12-meter-long solid mass moving against the current, possibly vertebral. A journalist once found a cave. Inside, claw marks, crushed vegetation, and a stench. He never returned. Are these people lying? Or is something waiting in that jungle? We rise above, using satellite, sonar, and drones to see what the canopy is hiding. We now chase the mystery from above. The jungle has started to give us clues, because now we're looking with satellites, and the eyes in the sky have seen things, something unclassified. What if we're looking at a hidden population? The Congo has over 600,000 square miles of uncharted land, the perfect hiding place for something amphibious. Remember the coelacanth, extinct for 65 million years, until it was caught alive in 1938. If a dinosaur fish can survive, why not a dinosaur-shaped reptile? What if Mokalembembe isn't a dinosaur at all? What if it breaks the rules of biology and reality? An undiscovered reptile species. But the descriptions don't match any known reptile. New species, once thought extinct, keep being found. Cryptozoologists suggest it could be a cryptid, a being that defies classification. Some tribal elders describe it as a spirit guardian, not flesh and bone, but a warning. Then comes the interdimensional theory, that Mokalembembe slips between worlds, a being that appears and vanishes. Lake Tele could be a thin place where dimensions bleed through. Is that why it leaves prints but no trail? And maybe it's already extinct. What we see now could be echoes. One last expedition. One final thread. And what it reveals will leave you speechless. 2023. An independent team, codenamed Project Mokele, enters the Congo in silence. No media, no outside attention. For 28 days, nothing. Then, a sound. A groan unlike any known animal. Then a shape. A neck rising through fog. The team didn't film it. They froze. Later one wrote, "I have no name for what I saw, but they left behind a trail cam. It triggered 4 nights later. The footage was retrieved weeks later. One still frame leaked. A tail, a neck, a body. The outline of something huge." A wildlife surveillance expert said, "This isn't one of them. So is this it? Proof or another mystery?" The scientific world stays silent, but silence isn't proof of absence. The tribes still speak. The jungle still moves. Maybe Mokalembembe was never meant to be caught. Project Mokele's last transmission. Target observed. Minimal contact. Exfil in progress. Then nothing. In the Congo, something still stirs. It watches. It remembers. This is Shadows Unfolded. If this story made your heart race, subscribe. The next legend may already be watching. You've seen the evidence. You've heard the whispers. You've followed the trail this far. Now take the next step into the unknown. Subscribe to Shadows Unfolded, where every story drips with mystery. Every shadow hides a secret, and every legend dares to come alive. This isn't just a channel, it's a gateway. And the shadows, they're only beginning to unfold.